Hello everybody, it's Ad here playing some more Sim Airport after a short break when I looked at Railway Empire's new expansion. But now we're back with Sim Airport, and if you remember last time, in the last episode, we were having a few issues with delayed flights on departure and trying to figure out what we could do to try and alleviate that problem and get our flights, in and out of the airport more promptly with less interruptions. Now, the first thing I've done, I did it towards the end of last episode, and I've done a little extra just before I started recording, is actually adjust the slot times for my flights, so the flights actually spend a little bit longer on the gates before they're scheduled to depart. Obviously, the idea being they've got that extra 30 minutes or so to pick up more passengers to avoid these delays that we're starting to start seeing. What I'm also doing, as you can see in the bottom corner, again this was off screen, I expanded the little bottom section of the airport, just increasing that terminal building size in that little corner, and that's just to try and I'm not saying this is going to make a difference, but I just want to try it. Is to try and have a bit more space. So the idea is we'll have a bit should get a bit of better flow through the airport from the passengers, and they got they're not all being cramped in a tight little space. So we'll see if these two changes that we've made make a difference. Perhaps they will, perhaps they won't. We'll not find out until today's operations commence, and as usual, not start seeing passengers until about 5 o'clock in the morning. In fact, here we go now. What's that? 3:45-ish, 3:40. Now, one thing I also want to do is, when you unlock advanced security, you're actually able to assign a bag scanner to a ID check desk and a metal detector, so you can have a little chain. Now at the minute, as you can see, can't really see yet because they're not coming this way, but when passengers are using this bottommost ID check stand, rather than just filter into this bag scanner, this lady here, she'll actually go up to one of these two, and this one is left relatively unused, and that's the same by and large when there's a high volume of passengers. So obviously you get a slight bottleneck here because we're only using 2/3 of our capacity on the bag scanners. So what we need to do to try and do that is, as I said, get them linked together in a daisy chain, and for that you need advanced security, which requires technology. Once we've got technology, we'll build a little office for a CTO, we'll hire ourselves a chief technical officer, and then we can start research on this tech, get these chained up, and see if that helps improve a bit of flow. I mean, they do use this bottommost metal detector, it's just this bag scanner what doesn't get used, and not sure why that is. It's in good working condition, look, 99.38%. In fact, that's a good indicator of how little it's being used. If you look at these top two, that's down to below 80. This one's down to just above 60%, so this one gets hammered. This one barely gets touched, and this one sees a decent amount of passengers, but obviously our main one seems to be this central scanner. Well, anyway, the first flights have arrived, and the passengers have disembarked. So if we just highlight the first flight, which is this one, so all our passengers are in and around the area, so there's nobody struggling to get through security, so that's all good. They should get there on time. Let's check these guys again. Yep, they're all milling around by the gate, so shouldn't have too many problems here today. Okay, we've got a slight delay there of 1 minute, that's fine, but he was on time. Bit of dancing there to clear the taxiway, but that's okay. So we'll just run this day through and we'll check how these slight tweaks that we made overnight, see if these make any difference. So we've had one delay there. This flight's delayed. So far it's not looking like we're making much of a difference. I mean, we had a nice early departure there, but it was a small flight with just 51 passengers, so it was always going to depart a little earlier because, you know, there wasn't as many passengers to board and there wasn't as much baggage to load on. Now, one thing that was suggested to me was perhaps it's the maybe the baggage system is holding, you know, causing our delays, because rather than using an automated bag, you know, sorting system and delivery system, we're having to actually manually pick up the bags on a golf cart, as you can see there, and then drop it off. Now that could be causing some delays, although it seems that the baggage gets loaded before the passengers are finished, so I'm not sure if that is the fault, but at one point we will want an automated system anyway, so it's no harm in actually trying that out. The problem with that is it's very expensive to set it up, because you have to do underground construction and you need all these various components to make it work properly. So we need to save up some money before we can do that. Let's just check our flights so far today then. So we had a delay here. We've got another delay here. Look, he's barely even halfway loaded, and he should have departed almost an hour ago. So yeah, we've got some problems. Now, are these being delayed on arrival, I wonder? Let's have a look. His arrival's... yeah, he was delayed by an hour on arrival. Where was our other big delay? Yeah, he was delayed as well. I'm not sure. We've actually had a cancellation now. So whether it's these delays that are causing our problems, because these planes are holding up the gates. Now, one thing I also said I wanted to try was perhaps having a third gate, and not necessarily booking extra flights, but rearranging our current flights that we have scheduled and dividing them up across the 3 gates rather than between 2 gates, and we'll see if that makes a difference. Now, a gate is actually fairly... it's not a massive outlay if I remember, so look. Oops. That's only 20,000 for the gate. And we could put it, say... that's going to look a bit odd actually, isn't it? Perhaps if we put him down here. Why can't I put it like... I don't understand why there's only 2 places there or there. There's no in between. Can I... no. Same here, why can't I fine tune its placement? Because look at that, looks like you should be able to fit it in. What is it? 2 squares off? And it's about 2 squares off on the bottom, so it should centralise, but no. The game decides, nope, you can't put it there because reasons. Not tell you what these reasons are, but they're reasons. And that's annoying. It's very annoying. So instead, we'll just drag him out a bit. Like so. It's probably going to cause a security issue if they knock down that wall before they build the replacement. As in, and I mean, before they build this section here. Yep. I mean, why they wouldn't build this wall and then knock that down to maintain the security zone, I don't know. But regardless, we've got it done. So let's get the let's put some floor down on it to spruce it up a little. And let's go ahead and try this new gate. So we'll put the gate there. Obviously we need to run some taxiway down. Can just about afford it. Okay, let's just increase the speed while these newer constructions are finalised. Ideally, I'd like is that. Okay, so we need a gate agent desk. We'll need a door. We need to hire 2 more staff. And we want to put a queue in place as well. Now hopefully, I don't think they are going to be able to do it before tomorrow. Although I can still... Okay, yeah. So I'm going to pause it here. And then start. Just to try and... space these out a little better. So how long? He's got 2 hours. So if we give them all 2 hours. Oops. And then we can just stack them out a little better, so the idea being any delays don't have such a big knock-on effect on the other flights we have coming in. Actually, I realised we've got some arrivals and departures that are occurring pretty close to each other. I mean, for example, departs at 7:15, arrives at 7:15, sorry, 5:15, and he arrives at 5 o'clock. So about this, when he departs at 11, he arrives at 11. So we need to just ensure we don't have 2 planes that theoretically will be trying to use a runway at the same time. But I wanted to get them done before we tick over into day 12, so they actually take effect tomorrow. So now we can assign him to the 2 desks. We can assign the desks to either queue. And that should be good. Let's see how this works out tomorrow, shall we? So we're 8 grand in the red. And we need 36.5 to research advanced security, so we just have to wait for money to build up, which obviously is not going to start happening until we get passengers back into the airport, which is not going to happen until tomorrow. So for the time being, we'll just wait, keep the game going at 3 times regular speed to enable us to get the passengers in a bit sooner. What I also need to do at some point is plan where to put the Chief Technical Officer's office, and what I think I'll do is just to expand a little up this way, knock that wall down, and have this area lined up with these two as his office, so then all our offices are, you know, in the same section, same part of the airport. At some point we'll probably move them onto a different floor, maybe onto a second or third floor, but for now they'll be fine where they are. Okay, so the people are now arriving, so we should start seeing some money rolling in. Obviously the big money earners are the flights when they actually use the airport, whether that be the runway fees that we charge them, or the passenger handling fees. So just made just over 7 grand from that one flight, and it will be interesting to see how we go in terms of delays today. Just highlight the passengers. Yep, they're all in, apart from him who's gone for a last minute wee. They're all in the area. Must be able to depart on time. So that's the first 2 flights away on time, and they were busy flights as well. 102 passengers and 84. So far so good, but we'll keep on running at full speed while we just check a couple more flights, and also build up the money to expand and put our CTO's office down, and then start research on advanced security. After that we're going to have to get construction to allow us to have scheduled maintenance, so some of these machines can be repaired overnight when they're not being used. Just pause it and have a quick look here. So yes, so far so good. In fact, they're all leaving pretty early, and they all were relatively, actually that flight was very quiet, but I mean this one's nearly loaded and it's still got just under an hour, 50 minutes to depart, so it's going to be another early departure. So it looks like the bottleneck may have been caused by the gates, and this third gate seems to have alleviated that. Okay, so while that's just running away in the background, let's go ahead and just figure out how much it would cost us to expand it to where we want. So we need 38,000. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem. Should easily accumulate that by the end of business today. All flights still departing early, and nice and early too. Even the busy ones. So we may have cracked that little problem. Do a couple of plants in this bottom corner, so I'll put them in because they're relatively cheap. It's not really going to impact our waiting around, the wait that we have to build up the money to expand our airport here. In fact, we can do that right now. We've got the money. Let's go ahead and pencil this in for the guys to come and sort out for us. And we're still all on time or early. So far so good. Just knock the COO's office down. Get that wall built quickly, please. Thank you. That should be secured again now. Yeah. Didn't leave fully loaded, but that was my fault for doing renovation works during the business hours. So we want a wall there and a wall there. In fact, no, we don't want a wall there. To cancel that project, we want the wall there. And then we'll need a door. And the flooring. There we go. Obviously he'll need a desk and a office chair. We'll need to wait until the flooring's been laid. There we go. Okay, so now we can zone this as an office. Hire the CTO, and he'll come and occupy his office. Okay, so that's the end of day 13. Let's just check the flights. Oh, yesterday. She had a couple of issues here. Well, we had one issue here. And here. Because of security problems when I made my airport insecure, but that's fine. Requires enclosed space. Well, it is. Maybe when that chair goes down, it'll sort it out. Hello, chair, anybody? Why is that not classed as enclosed? There's a door there. Walled all the way around. Anyway, I'll end this episode here. Try and figure out what's going on with this CTO office. And we'll pick it back up for day 13. Where we'll see how our 3 gates continue to function. When we can have, when we'll avoid further delays. Yesterday was a good day, apart from my blunder renovating during business hours, but that was a user error rather than an airport error, so that's fine. So I hope you'll join me for day 13 when we carry on moving forward. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I look forward to welcoming you in the next one.